Today we're going to CEX and I'm going to try and pick up a PS2 game that a lot of people said was really, really good. I never played it, but it is definitely something that I would have played if I'd have ever known about it as a kid, because it's in that niche of games that I did play a lot. And we're going to a buffet. You guys that have been watching for a while know that we like our buffets. There is pretty much only one buffet that I can think of, like within like a 50-mile radius of us, that we have yet to go to. So that is on today's agenda. And I'm also going to the doctor's, finally. I've had some lumps on my neck now for like 4 months, and my mother thinks I'm dying. I'm sure it's fine. We're going to find out, though. Yeah. But before we go anywhere, hello, Ruby. Would you like some belly rubs? Would you like belly rubs? You're in the sunbeam. You're distracted. Hello. Hello. Paw? You're not paying attention to me. Hello. Sausage. Sausage. Oi, up here. Licks. The good news is it's finally t-shirt weather. I can finally get away without wearing sleeves or a jacket, which means my skin doesn't have to crawl. When things touch my forearms, my skin crawls. I hate it. I also have an unboxing to do of PC components. So the PC build that has been 4 months in the works is working, or nearly. Got like 3 more things I need to get, but yeah. The thought occurs, I also need to give my thoughts on Assassin's Creed Shadows, because I've been playing that since Tuesday. Managed to get an early copy of that. Into CEX we go. Guys, there's this one crackhead that will not leave this CEX. It doesn't matter what day it is. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. Every time I've come to Stafford CEX for weeks, he's been in here. I don't know what's going on. But I feel like a lot of places would have moved him on by now. Surely. Come on. Because he's just... He wanders this store just flailing. Like a wacky wailing inflatable arm flailing tube man from Family Guy. Like... Oh, I don't know. Also, that interested me. I looked at that. Mortal Kombat 11, both regular and ultimate, but obviously neither of them have DLC. So is there even a difference between the two? Because there is a difference in price. This is the issue with games these days, where they come with DLC, but it's a code and rather than being on the disc. And I don't see how that's a win. But there were some definite wins from today's CEX. I spotted a few Steelbooks. I only got one of them because the other two I didn't really care about. But we're gonna get them, and then. I'm filming this voiceover the following day from recording this video, and I'm going to go back out again to hopefully a different CEX, I don't know, and do another one. So there's that. The PS2 section in this CEX is beginning to look a little bit sparse, I've noticed, especially as they've got a growing PSP collection. If you look at those bottom shelves, that's abnormal. In the majority of CEXs, the PSP and the PC sections compete for fewest games, you know? But, oh, look, Dark Cloud. I watched a video from Josh Hayes on that not long ago, I swear to God. But yeah, I was having trouble filming in this one because of the fella that was just aimlessly wandering around flailing. Look, a pink PS2. That'd be a novelty to get. Could get Neve a pink PS2. That'd be something interesting. They've also got a lack of Pokemon games all of a sudden. This CEX in particular had tons of Pokemon for a while. Now it's just like a couple of Pokemon Yellow. I don't know, maybe they've been moved around. Successful CEX trip. They also, I didn't manage to film it because it was behind the counter. They had the PlayStation 3 version of Godzilla for £220, which I think is 40 quid more than I paid for it about 6 months ago. And I think I actually got mine off eBay. But then CEX printed me a sticker for it so that it looked better for the TikTok videos. Because, yeah, that blows TikTok's mind that's a possibility. But yeah, I also managed to get something pretty cool that I didn't film because I didn't clock it until after I'd put this camera away and got TikTok back out. But I'll show you that once we are home. But now we're off to the doctors to have the lumps on my neck looked at. Guarantee. In reality, they're not going to be able to tell me anything today anyway. They're gonna poke it and go, dunno. We'll book you in with a specialist in 6 months' time.
They'll probably book you an appointment in the hospital for an ultrasound and or a biopsy. I think they might do an ultrasound on it. But which probably means they're going to probably book you a hospital appointment.
Don't know if I've ever had an ultrasound.
They could have the facilities to do that in the doctors, but I just doubt they will.
I've had the
appointment.
echocardiogram when I was a kid because of my mum and her heart disease, and we all got checked, but that's about it. Not very good at getting through red lights today.
Oh, so light something.
What's the worst that could happen? I'm sure. There's worse things. Can't be worse than that one time they cut a bit of my bum out. Cut a bit of my neck out instead. Yeah. So we're back. She did a bit of feeling round on my neck, and she just thinks it's acne. She doesn't think it's cancerous, which is kind of what I thought anyway, even though it's lasted forever. But then, Ruby, you're not going up there. Get down.
Daddy says you're not allowed up there.
It's too high up. If you fall, you'll hurt yourself. No, don't let her. It's too high. And she was like, "You've got a lot of acne going on there, like all around." And then she was trying to get me on Accutane, which is like the nuclear option for spots. And it's like, I'd rather take some spots. Like, this is not that bad, considering what is out there. Like, if you ever want to see like what acne can be like, go on Reddit and go on r/Accutane and look at people's before and afters there. It's like, those people needed Accutane. You know, them it might have been worth the risk to reward, because the risks of Accutane are mad. It's like joint problems. It can make your vision blurry, dry skin because it's going to dry you out. It's got a link to depression and even side. It's like, I'd rather take my chances with like 3 spots on my face at any given time than all the possible side effects of Accutane. For now, anyway. Maybe at some point I'll change my mind. But yeah, she was very heavily pushing Accutane on me, and it's like, I know they're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to talk you out of Accutane and try and talk you into anything else. Because like women, for example, if a woman wants to be on Accutane,
it can cause extreme birth defects.
It's like, yeah, it's like
almost certain to cause extreme birth defects.
Yeah, they have to take a pledge every month that they will not get pregnant if they want their next supply of Accutane. Because if they take Accutane while they're pregnant, well, then they give birth to the people that comment on my TikTok videos. What? Alright, now we are on the way to our buffet dinner. And you know that comment about my TikTok commenters? If I was to film this, they would genuinely be like, "Cayle, why are you recording while driving?" With this wheel that's in front of me. It's brilliant, isn't it? Oh dear. Well, we're officially in the middle of nowhere, because sat-navs are like, yeah, you can go this way, it's like 2 minutes quicker. It's just a lot windier for no reason.
Great for my fuel economy.
I'm going to say, you're losing notches by the minute. And a scooter or a bike. What is that? He's stood upright. It's an electric scooter. He's given up, he's got off. It's died. Whatever happened to them bikes that were in the middle of town centre? They got rid of them.
They were all on trials.
They didn't win.
Yeah, I know.
Too many youths.
People just dump them everywhere though.
When you say people,
oh, the ones
very loose term.
They were called gingers, weren't they?
Yeah, rid exclusively by kids with perms. And by kids, I mean 18 to like 23-year-olds that haven't yet.
I think you had to be like 17 to drive one anyway. Then you have to have a provisional licence.
I don't know, like Hotwire ginger.
Legally, I think you had to have a provisional licence.
The kids were definitely on them though.
You'd have multiple riding one scooter.
Yeah. I mean, if you add the ages together, they probably pass 17. This says we're 3 minutes away. No, 11.
11 minutes.
Oh my god, we're only going 3 miles in the next 11 minutes. What is this, a 10-mile-an-hour road? What happened to the motorway? Alright, we're here. Although back at home, Neve nearly ran a child over.
It was her own fault. I did honk.
I mean, I'm not sure honking saves her from being a child that you nearly ran over.
Then she shouldn't have let the door go in the road.
It looks like there's a queue. You did book, right?
I did.
Good. I feel like we're cursed with buffets. Oh, it's not a queue, it's just kids loitering. Of course it is. Do they have perms? I bet they've got perms. Yeah, not for me, it ain't. Anything less than 3,000 and I'm losing weight. We do have... Oh, there's loads of stuff. I'm going to eat a lot tonight. They've got fish fingers. Crab. Wouldn't trust crab. Hash browns. Onion rings. What else have we got? I couldn't tell you what half of that is, but they've got it nonetheless. There's all this stuff. Right, so Neve's got 1,000,001 different kinds of chicken. I've got 1,000,001 different kinds of chicken. We've not managed to film everything yet because people can't walk in straight lines, but we'll get there. It'll be okay. We've got bottomless drinks though, which is brave of them because drinks are where they can make just infinite money. But Christ, when we were queuing up, people are just spawning in front of you and then shoulder barge you. The meme that people in England are good at queuing, it's gone. COVID ruined that. Unlimited drinks. What are you having? You're having Coke Zero as well. We need one of these in the house, but with Pepsi Max. Yorkshire puddings back there. Pigs in blankets. At this point, I don't really remember what I have and haven't recorded, but that chicken looks good. I don't know what kind of chicken it is, but it looks nice. As long as there's a lot of beige, I'm happy, you know. And there is indeed a lot of beige, so that will do. Neve has put carrots on her plate at a buffet. That seems like blasphemy. And yeah, you got to eat protein. Got to eat all. You got to eat all of the meat to get your money's worth, and because I've got a lot of protein to catch up on today. Duck and about 17 different kinds of chicken. That is the most messy Eden mess.
You know what? I want a bigger plate.
A bigger plate?
Yeah.
That chocolate brownie looks nice. These can do. These desserts feel very what's the word? All-inclusive. You know, where the sort of all-inclusive stuff that you'd get. Chocolate fountains, very watery. Ice cream pots. What are you doing? I don't even know how you're going to eat that. You're going to have to like tongue punch it. Tongue punch that fart box. That spoon is not going to go in there. What do you mean?
I have to slurp it. I simply have to slurp it.
I like the caramel looking stuff. I want some of those Oreo looking things. A few more plates later and we're done. Food is pretty good. So if we had to rank like Cosmo, Umami, Golden Orient, Bon Pan and Ming Moon, those are all the buffets we've filmed.
Ming Moon and
below
Bon
that.
Pan on the bottom.
Yeah.
Equally bottom. I would put that in Umami, like, that's definitely got a bit more choice, but food quality, definitely, I think the same. If not, Umami might be slightly better, and they've got a few different things.
Golden Orient's still probably the best.
But not so
But not recently.
Which is why we're here.
That's why I've come here.
No, I'd come back here again.
Yeah.
In like 6 months.
Yeah, give it a while. Alright, let's go lose another notch of fuel on the way home.
Oh, yeah.
And watch Invincible. And then go gym. You know how you can tell sat-navs no motorways? I really would much prefer you could tell them no country roads. Because one pothole and it's over. Oh no. Oh, where are we going?
It's also done the like thing where it doesn't automatically put my lights on when I ask it to.
I would rather take like 3 more minutes to get home and have much nicer.
Look, there's street lights now.
Yeah, I'm moaning. It's fine. It's what I do. People who moan about me moaning. You must be new here. Go away. Oh, it's what I do.
Fine.
Wouldn't you hate to live?
I know where we are.
No, you don't. There's no way you know where we are.
Yeah, I swear.
Why would you know where we are?
I thought we were somewhere else.
Why would you? We've never been here in our lives.
We were near the Dino Golf.
We're miles away from the Dino Golf.
We're gonna go past the Dino Golf.
Yeah, but in about 10 minutes. That's close to your dad. Careful, you gotta.
That's a nice house. I want to live there. Essington.
Yeah, but then you got country lanes to deal with.
Oh, some of these are nice. Not these ones. These are.
You lot miss it because I don't film it to make it look good. But like earlier on, we were driving through some neighbourhoods and she was like, "Filthy povos."
No, I wasn't. Oh, do you know what I did say to my dad? We dropped some cards off.
Nope, not filming. You say that. Nope. No, don't
You get
say.
cancelled.
No, I wouldn't get cancelled. You would, Neve at the movies. Christ. You got to be nicer to people. Alright then, we're home, so let's do today's CEX haul. I got 3 things. Number 1, we got Ghost of Tsushima on PS4, which I did already own. However, I got lucky enough to find a Steelbook version of it, which is a pretty cool find, especially because it's going to be free by the time I'm done. And then, next up, we got Shadow of Rome for the PlayStation 2, because apparently this is a great game, and it's Greek. And Greek and Roman and stuff like that is stuff that I would have played a lot of as a kid, because I played loads of games like that. And I don't know how that one must have just escaped me. And finally, bit of a punt here. I don't know if I actually already own this one. I need to check. But The Woman in Black, because I don't know why, but I've been feeling like watching some haunted house films, and there's actually fewer haunted house films than you think there are. And I remember I watched this back when it came out in 2012, which feels like yesterday, but was in fact 13 years ago, or half my life ago, which is pretty mad. But yeah, that's my 3. And the cool thing, and I want you to read between the lines here, my CEX going folk, about Steelbooks is at CEX is they are not differentiated in price, like 99% of the time. So for example, upstairs I already own Ghost of Tsushima on PS4 that will have this label on it. That is technically the same product as this, and of course at CEX you can return things, can't you? Yeah. Okay then, so Assassin's Creed Shadows thoughts. So I've been playing the game now since Tuesday, and we're going into Saturday, so I've put in quite a few hours. Generally, enough hours that I could have beaten almost any other game ever made, and I'm still in Act 2. Like, I know for sure I'm still in Act 2, because the game gives you a trophy each time you progress. So far so good, I like it. I think that it has a lot of the same problems that a lot of other RPG games that come out these days do, where upgrades aren't necessarily important enough or change anything that you will ever notice. Like, I'm sorry, but an extra 5% damage with katanas isn't something you necessarily feel as you upgrade. Especially when it's one of them where, and this is a problem all of the Assassin's Creed RPGs have had, where the enemies have got a level as well, and if you're X levels underneath the enemy you're fighting, you get nerfed, and therefore realistically you're not actually improving your character, you're just continuing to be able to fight on par with those around you. Do you know what I mean? I feel like a good RPG would have the end game character just be so much stronger than the start, and I feel like end game Naue and Yasuke are going to feel basically very similar to how they did at the start in terms of what they can actually do and how powerful they feel to play as and things like that. Yeah, I feel like Assassin's Creed Shadows would have been a better game if it wasn't an RPG. I feel like these days we're stuck in a bit of a rut where every single game that comes out along these lines has to have all of these RPG elements. It has to have a dialogue selector. It has to have 1,000,001 different gear pieces and crafting and resource management and the color-coded loot rarity system and all of that. Whereas I think that the story of Assassin's Creed Shadows is great. I've been really enjoying that. And I think that if this was made in the same fashion as like Assassin's Creed 1 through 4, everything up to Unity had the same problem. Unity had the same problem where enemy levels meant that they'd one-shot you if they were too high a level, no matter what. That was when that started being a thing. Where it was just an action game and not an RPG game, then it'd have been better. A lot of people on TikTok saying, "Oh, he's paid to give a good review." I wasn't paid. I was gifted a digital download early so I could play early, but I was not paid. The only time I've ever been paid to play a game was Lords of the Fallen from 2000 and like 2 years ago ish, 2023. I was paid to play that. Was not paid to play Assassin's Creed Shadows. Was going to buy it. It's one of them where it's one of them like, you know how a lot of people will shit talk Call of Duty every year but buy it every year. I'm probably that, but with Assassin's Creed. Although I didn't buy Assassin's Creed Mirage. Well, I have now, but I bought it like when it was like 15 quid, not brand new. I haven't played it yet, is the point. I love Assassin's Creed, I always did. When I was in my mom's house as a kid, at the time it was a big deal whenever a new assassin was revealed, and I had pictures of Altair, Ezio, Connor, and Edward across my wall, because it was all the assassins there were at the time for like the best part of like 6 years, maybe even more than that. Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, 3, and 4. Yeah, 6 years, 4 assassins, and then pretty much every game after that was just a new assassin, or even in some instances 2 new assassins. Speaking of 2 new assassins, so obviously the game is Naue and Yasuke, but I still feel like it's very much so Naue's story. I feel like Yasuke is a bit of a helping hand, especially being or at least where I'm at right now. Maybe he'll gain abilities later, but I don't think he will, because he's supposed to be tanky and slow. He's not exactly a climber, like, at all. He lacks... Playing as Yasuke seems to basically just be for the purposes of making combat easier, realistically. Naue is not great in open combat. You're not supposed to really get into open combat as Naue. You're supposed to be stealthy, and open combat is supposed to be Yasuke. But, for example, Yasuke is not good to be traversing with. So, like, between missions, on your way to missions, because a lot of the times it would be like, right, it's 2,000 meters away, get on yours and off you go. The environments are very, very hilly, and you can't climb anything and everything like you could in previous Assassin's Creed games. Like, you'll just Skyrim style slide down. And that means that Yasuke is even worse to play as when it comes to stuff like that, because at least Naue has her grappling hook to help her get around, and she can climb anything that is climbable. Yasuke can climb very, very little. It's a bit of a thing. So while the game is marketed as like 2 playable characters, I don't think it really is a dual story. It feels like Yasuke is a bit of a tertiary character rather than the protagonist. You know, he's like the deuteragonist, if that's the name. There is a word there. It very much so feels like Naue's game, Naue's story. I'm enjoying it more than Valhalla, definitely, because I don't like Valhalla at all. Valhalla, if I ever... Well, when I play through all of the Assassin's Creed games again, I'm not playing Valhalla. It annoys me. I've beaten it twice will do. It's definitely a very long game, which kind of knew in advance, because everything on Origins... Actually, Origins was shorter than you'd remember if you play it back. But Odyssey, Valhalla, and now Shadows, they're all quite long. I don't know if it's going to be as long as Valhalla. I don't think it is going to be, but we'll see. Either way, it's getting me invested a lot more than Valhalla did. Valhalla's story was never-ending and annoyed me incessantly. I've been enjoying the story of Shadows, so it's great. But yeah, if you're an Assassin's Creed fan, you're probably already playing it, and it doesn't really matter what I say. If you're on the fence, maybe wait for it to not be 70 quid or whatever it is brand new. Maybe wait for it to be on a bit of a discount. But I think you'll enjoy it. It's definitely good. It is a good game. Is it as good as a quadruple A should be? Probably not. Could it be better if it was not stuck with all these RPG elements that have just been with the series now since Origins? Which, by the way, how long ago was Assassin's Creed Origins at this point? I feel like it was like 2018. We might have had 7 years of this now, which is mad, because it really isn't going to be that much longer until we've had more years of Assassin's Creed RPGs than not RPGs, which is kind of a nuts thing to think about, because obviously, not in sheer games, because there's only been 4 RPGs, directly RPGs. Like, you could argue that a lot of the other ones had RPG elements as well. Unity and Syndicate especially so. Black Flag and Prior, I wouldn't say so, because you could just use whatever you want, and it's just more about playing the story there. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's good. Could have been a lot worse. Definitely could have been a lot worse. That is for sure.